Good morning. Today is Wednesday, April 19th, 2023. My name is Terry Morgan. We are here to practice Wudang Dragon Sword. As you know from what I was talking about yesterday, I was all excited. Still am. I've calmed down. I have this story that I'm turning into a radio show style podcast, and it's starting to come together. It's really starting to come together. And that has given me all kinds of things that I need to pay attention to. And I'm, hang on a second. Well, this one says fine, and this one says it's not getting anything. Which is weird because I can see me over here. There it is. I'm back. Alright. We're going to get started in just a second. Okay, so, excuse me. The reason that I'm talking about this is that it's part of why I've been running late for the last several classes. And it looks like I need to revisit all of the things that I'm doing over the next few days so that I can get that all sorted out. It's not something that it's not something that I'm going to let continue. Either I'm going to change the time or I'm going to be on time. One or the other. Feet about shoulder width apart, bend the knees, wiggle the fingers, open the arms, drop the shoulders, pull up through the crown of the head, pull up through the center, hands circle to the front, back around to both sides, up along the center line, and stretch out over the legs. Reach up, extend. As you reach out, keep your shoulders down. Keep the arms rounded. One more time. Yeah. Roll up. Elbows drop down. Wrists, fingertips, hands return to your sides. Right leg front. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Other side. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And sink. Come on back up. Alright. The leg work that we have been doing is something that we're going to do it. It is something that we need to pay attention to. That's where I was going. That ability to improve the strength and the flexibility through the legs is something that everything that I've ever done has emphasized. So the idea that this is as much benefit as I'm going to get, no. Okay? In some of our forms, we want that straight, not stiff, but straight leg. In Dragon Sword, right, we have unicorn skipping through the woods, and we're up on one leg, right? If that one leg, right, as we come up here and under, this has to be solid. It just, right? Being able to stay straight and centered is something that we're working on yesterday, and we're going to work on again today. Let's do a little bit of floor work first. All right. And start with legs tucked, so the calf rests on the heel, the side calf rests just on the toes. A little bit open, not too much, and if your knees are up here, that's fine. The hands below the knee, not on the knee, below the knee. Find the bone below the knee. Pay attention to that. Lean back, extend your arms, lean back, and then sit up and pull yourself forward. And I'm going to turn around and do this. This side. Okay, so here, not here, here. Lean back. Keep your back straight. This is intended for the hip, not for the back. Okay? Lean back. Now, stretch up. Pull yourself forward. Hold. And straight. Lean back. Up. And forward. Hold. And straight. Don't stick your elbows out. Keep your elbows in. And leave yourself enough room, enough space here between the arm and your chest that you can move through that space. Right? So, as you pull yourself forward, here, no, yes, no, right, no, yes, no, right? Keep this down, and the chin to the floor, chest to the legs, right? It's not the nose. Reach out and lean back. Pull up and over. Hold. Should feel that in the hip. And up. Each time, and let's do this to the side. Right? Each time as we sit up, right? Here, and no, up. That pull up to go over is what we want. That works the abdomen, that also works the back of the legs. Alright, and pull in across the front and up as you go over. Chest to the thighs. Bend the knees. Hold. Don't twist your foot. And sit up. And again. Pull. And sit up. As you come up, lift up. Lift to go over. Pull in, lift to come up. Again. Alright. Tuck the left, extend the right. Same idea, foot's flexed, except now instead of going to the front, I could, but right now we're going to the side. Okay? If you're going to work your toe, if you're going to hold on to your toes, I don't recommend it, but if you're going to hold on to your toes, 2 fingers, 3 fingers, and pull them to you so that you're not going out to the front, you're not going off to one side someplace else. Your foot's flexed, and this is just here to help. Okay? Better to grab your ankle. This is an easier spot to grab. Ankle is better. Don't pull your foot to side, okay? Reach over. Pull through here. Open this. Raise this up and over. Straight. Lean to the other side. Open the hip. Keep the leg flat on the floor as you lean. And come back to straight. And over. Keep this knee down. So you saw me pushing on it, right? And push to go this way. Do that. Alright, and back to the other side. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Other side. Each time we come back to center, we want to have that sense of lifting and extending as we move toward whichever direction we're going. So if I'm leaning back if I'm going this way, I want that sense that I'm extending in this direction. I'm also extending through this foot so that my leg stays on the floor, right? To the side, this presses down, and go 1, shift, up and over, 2, raise up, and again, 3, and one more time. Alright, I still have an issue with this leg. I worked on it a little bit. It's giving me a little trouble right now. Just for that move. Okay? So, I'm going to keep working on it. It'll be alright. Left leg back. Heel up next to the hip. Knee on the floor. Right? And wherever that is more comfortable, you want to pull it back as much as you can so that the leg is, 45-ish out from the hip, and the heel really is right up next to the hip. Close as you can get, right? Other hand, support the weight. We're going to fingertips, alright? Push up, suspend up on the fingertips, and roll. 1, 2, 3, and sit. Do it again. Up. 1, 2, 3, and down. And again. 1, 2, 3, and down. One more time. 1, 2, 3, and down. Other side. Eventually, we're going to get this to where you don't need the fingertips. You can just go straight up. It's possible. I used to be able to do it. Used to. Alright, on your fingertips. One hand behind the hip, the other hand at the other hip, and push up. 1, 2, 3, and down. And go up. 1, 2, 3, and down. And one more time. Up. 1, 2, 3, and down. Alright. Thinking about doing this one other set, and I'm probably not going to do it right now, but now we are. Here we go. Alright, in what we're doing with Dragon Sword. I'm not getting all the way up for a reason here. In what we're doing with Dragon Sword. We have a step back, and then we are down on one leg. I talked about this yesterday, and I talked about the exercise to get there. Let's do that. Alright, so here we are. And what you want to pay attention to is the extending leg not being out too far. If it's too far, it's harder to sustain the weight as we go up and down. All right, now I'm going to use my hands. All right. Right here. And come on up. All right, here's what we're going to do. Notice that I'm going to this is very similar to what we were just doing with that idea to pull up. As I'm here, I'm leaning way too much, right? And part of my weight is being held and supported by my arms. I've got my elbows stuck into my legs. That's helping, right? Why am I leaning? Well, all right, there's that. What needs to happen is this core, the center, needs to be strong enough to support my weight as I go up and down without leaning. Put your hands at your hips and pull up. All of that pull up work to sustain the weight out of the hip, we want to put that to use right now. Alright, so not too wide, and I don't want to go out there. Not too narrow either, because I do want to go all the way down. Alright, and if you're leaning, it's okay. Set your elbow into your thigh. Support the weight, support your knees. Go down. Alright, now, pull in and up. Drop the hip, pull in and up. And no, you don't see me move. Keep the heel down. And come on up. Alright. That, we're going to do the other side. That pull in and up isn't something that is that visible right now. On the other side. Let's see what we can do over here. Down close. Alright, and set the heel. Pull in and up through the center. Drop the hip. And come on up. Alright, it's going to take a minute. It's going to take a minute, and I'm going to take a break for a second. That effort to bring the body into a straight position is something that I say this, it's required, it's natural, and if I was part of another culture, I wouldn't be struggling with it. It'd just be there, right? I wouldn't have to talk about it. I wouldn't say anything about it because it would be something that would be common, and it wouldn't be something to talk about. Yeah, it's not that common, and as I've gotten older, I've gotten a little bit stiffer. There's some things that I have continued to practice, some things with some of the extensions I would just not do, right? It's just the way it was. Alright, so as we're working on this now, one of the things that I want folks who are studying to take away is this idea that certain movements are part of the forms, and the extent of those movements comes with the full extent, the full range that the human body, not just mine, alright, so the full extent and range that the human body has, we may or may not have that individually. We may or may not have that full range. Just out of, right out of the box, we do. Up until we're about 9 or 10 years old, and all that flexibility is always there. We don't sustain it, we don't maintain it, and when you don't maintain it, you lose it. You can get it back. It takes work. And in the process of my getting that flexibility back, what I'm hoping to do is to teach how to do it. If this is a how-to class, right? All right. With the sword, the idea that, well, I can use my hands. No, that's not what my hands are doing. My hands should not be supporting my weight as I'm going up and down, right? My hands have other things to do. So, that strength and building through the center in building the strength in the legs, yet something that we are going to continue to work on. The balance set that I intended to do, I'm going to maybe do in just a minute. Right now, I want to review what we've been doing in the context of how we're working to go up and down, right? So, here comes center, back, around, and down, right? If I use that, what I just did, and I'm gonna get a prop here in a second. If I do what I just did, I'm never gonna get all the way down. The position of my hip, and I'm going to do from this side. The position of my hip here, see where my hip is? No, can't. Alright, there we go. My hip's here, and here. Right over my foot. I can't go down. It has to be behind. I have to be able to set. Okay, the hip doesn't bend that way. It doesn't. So I have to be able to set just behind. Here. Has to go back here. Now I can go all the way down. Alright, so I'm going to get a prop. It's good to have props. Alright, what I want to pay attention to is this step back. I'm going to grab the chair because that's going to help me get back up and go down. Alright, instead of paying attention to me grabbing the chair, pay attention to this sword out here, okay? So as I'm here, right? Step back and down, right? Here. And I want this leg straighter. And slice across. All right, so let me see if I can do that. Nope. I want to be here, but I want this leg to be supporting me. Okay? Not happening. I will get there. Alright, that balance, strength, and placement may Anybody saw the difference? That sense of where can I go? I talked about this yesterday. Knowing where I'm going. Knowing how far up and down I can go. Alright, so I check from this angle. 1, 3. How far can I go? Where do I extend through the sword? At what point in the movement? Right? So that as I complete whatever up and down arc I have, the timing with each sword is correct. So, greatest extent of this movement as this is down, and that extends out. Alright, that twist and extend. And no, I'm just not sticking the arm right there for the moment. Can. Let me do this from the back here. Uses the waist, uses the arm, and uses the tip of the blade as it comes around. The edge from about here out is the focus. It's extended, it's not here, it's out here. Pull in with the wrist and pull it. Pull in just a little bit, and right? No, right? Just at the end. That will extend whatever you've been doing through the waist out through the sword. That connection is essential. That how far up and down, not so essential. Being connected with the sword, yeah. The extent of, and I'm going to talk about that for just a second. The extent of movement is how we develop other skills. That ability to move as we choose. Not, yeah, I'm not doing this today. I've decided I'm going to do this, I can do this, it's alright, everything's working good today. Yeah, maybe, maybe not, I don't know. For me, a couple of things aren't working really well today. Right? That sense of what do we have, where are we going, left foot front. And how we're going to get there, right? How quickly we're moving, to what extent we're moving. Weight on the right, to the left, and down 1, to the right, in, center, overhead, 1, and 2. Right? That connection through each move, through the sword, through the body, right? Left side. 1, 2, 3. Over. And down. Alright, couple things I'm going to talk about real quick. My weight is too centered. Needs to go over that way. From here, I need to be much more on this leg. And as I come out, I've still got quite a bit of weight up over here. The stronger my ability, the greater my ability to go up and down, that will change. The weight distribution has to be on the sustaining leg, not on the extending leg. If it's on the extending leg, you get to go about 3/4 of the way down, right? It's physics. It's the way the body works. All right, let's do this 2 more times. I'm going to start in this direction, and then I'm going to turn around. I'm going to go in the other direction, and then we're going to do one more thing to strengthen the legs, right? All right, left foot front. Left hand at the right shoulder. Down, right side, in, center, back, circle, and down. Left foot front. 1, right side, in, center, back, around, and down. On the other side. I'm just turning around and going the other way. This is not, we're not going to do this on the right side, left side, no. Left foot front. Right side, in, center, back, around, and down. Left side, right side, in, center, back, around, and down. All right. That ending there, the sword should be more or less straight. Okay? It's flat as it comes around. You'll notice that I have a little bit of an upward angle here. Not really. I can, but not really. It should be straight. Okay? That difference is partly due to my thinking of what I'm doing with this. Little fillet. And partly habit. It's something that I'm going to not take out the light fixture up here. If we're paying attention, this is something that we need to pay attention to, right? This, where's my blade? What am I doing out here? That sense of, is this correct in the form? Is it something else that I'm doing? What am I doing here? What's going on? That understanding is part of what we want to develop. If I want to come out here with this, I can. If I want to come straight across, I can. Which one do I want here? I want it straight, should be straight. But if I wanted it, I could. And there are a couple of places where we do absolutely want that sense of bringing the tip up, right? At the very beginning, here, we want that. Where we put it, how we use that emphasis, is something that we want to develop skill and develop that flexibility that, well, I can do it this way, I can do it that way. Which one should I do? That flexibility, that skill, alright, is something that we want to develop, and it's part of extending through the sword. It's part of developing that connection with what you have so that you can do something with it. Okay? 2 more times. Left foot front. 1, right side, in, center, back, around, and down. Again. Left side, right side. In, center, back, around, and down. Other side. Left side, right side. In, center, back, around, and down. Again. Left side, right side. In, center, back, around, and down. All right, relax. There is quite a bit more that we can pay attention to in this particular series, so I've kind of been connecting the previous set with this set. We're going to keep going next week. We are. We're going to keep going next week. And I'll get caught up on the posting so that you'll have that information. I'll try and get ahead of it, actually, so that before next week you'll have some of the material that I intend to cover. Fingers crossed. All right. So many other things that I'm trying to get done, trying to get started. I'm very optimistic that things are changing for the better, and that there's going to be all kinds of fun things happening, over the next couple of years. So I'm looking forward to that. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow with Wudang Qigong, Foundation sets, Friday the advanced sets. Thank you.